Right, guys. So now, once again, we can calculate your Thevenin resistance by removing the load resistor and short-circuiting the supply voltage. Okay, so now you've got to look at the circuit from a very different perspective. Okay, look at point D and point C. Are you with me? Point D and point C. Now watch what happens. Where's point D and point C? Point D and point C. Look at the 10 ohm and the 4 ohm. Where do we get the 10 ohm 4 and the 4 ohm? See the 10 and the 4. You see that? Yeah. 6 and the 8. Check. 6 and the 8. And then we got point A and point B. Okay? You guys with me? So it looks very different now, doesn't it? So now we got two parallel circuits. You guys agree with me?
Yes, sir.
And what am I looking at? I'm looking at from the perspective of the A and the B having a voltage source there. Remember I told you guys about the other ones having a voltage source from that side? So when I look at it from that perspective, I can see I've got two parallel circuits. So I can calculate then Thevenin resistance. R1 times R3 over R1 plus R3 plus R2 times R4 over R2 plus R4. Okay, we get to 6.286 ohms. All right, so you guys are all right with that? Next, now this is where some of the calculations of your Thevenin voltage. Now watch what it's saying here. It puts back, we put back our voltage source. Remember, the supply voltage needs to be put back. Then we look at, it says there, load resistor and calculating VAC. So he calculates the voltage drop over VAC going through the 10 ohm. That's the first one. And then VBC. VBC. Can you see that? All right. All right. So from there, I can deduct VAC from VBC. But why do I deduct? I want you to think back to when we looked at Ohm's law. It's got a loop there, correct? Okay, and the current, voltage drops in a closed loop is equal to 0. Does it make sense? Yeah, so those voltage drops will equal then 0. So we first calculate the voltage drop over VAC over the 10 ohm, the voltage drop over, or BC, the voltage drop over the 8 ohm. I deduct the one from the other to get my voltage there, BC.
Could you still do AB roll?
If you want to go DA, all right, or DB, so DA and DB, but you got to take either the top two because of the loop or the bottom two because of the loop. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, so as long as you do them in the sense.
Yeah, and you will actually see it actually comes up to the voltage drop over that area there. Very interestingly, okay? And this is without even having your current. This is what, like this guy's brain, I don't know what, like really, he was very clever. Okay. Does it make sense? Yes? No. All right, sweet. And at the back? Making sense?
I'm trying, sir. I'm trying to read the book here.
All right.
I'm trying to read the book, sir. This is just, it's not that simple, sir.
Okay. Follow what I'm doing.
Yes, sir.
instead of reading the book. Which book are you reading?
I'm reading the book that was prescribed by when you go into the classrooms here that like prescribes that book.
Okay, so the J. Craft textbook.
I think so. So let me see what the author is.
J. Craft.
I think so.
It's my recommendation. Rather go with
J. Crofts.
rather go with Mo Arnold. Mo Arnold they will take from Mo Arnold's textbook. J. Craft, he's going to confuse you. Just put it that way. Okay?
Okay.
It's going to be a little bit confusing with J. Craft.
Alright.
So please just follow with me.
Okay, sir.
The other textbook, however, there's another textbook for N4 as well on Prelego. That one is okay. That one's okay.
Alright, sir. I'll do look at that then, sir.
All right. Okay, so what do? We get a voltage drop here, a voltage drop here. We deduct the two voltage drops to get the voltage drop here. Okay? How do we understand it? If I look at the closed loop, the voltage drops in the closed loop are going to equal 0. All right, so he was thinking out of the box with this. So, yeah, he might have gone through Kirchhoff's laws as well at one stage, but it really makes a lot of sense. Right. Okay, so VAC, voltage drop over AC, we take our formula, R3 over R1 plus R2, R3 over R1 plus R3 times V supply, 10 over 10 plus 4. Why the plus 4? Because when we go back to the formula, literally, those two resistors are not considered when looking at the formula. All right? You with me? Right. Okay, so we get the 10 volt. You do the other calculation, you get the 8 volt. Okay, so 8 volt, 10 volt. You deduct the two from each other. Okay, VAC minus VBC, 10 minus 8 gives us 2 volt. That's 2 volt directly over here. All right. Then I place it back into Thevenin circuit. I then calculate my current, V Thevenin over R Thevenin plus RL, 2 over 6.286 plus 6. It gives us 0.163 amps. You guys with me? All right, so you guys need to practice this. I don't have an activity for you guys. So what I want you guys to do, so the activity on this, you guys are going to go back to the original. I want you to do the calculation with the top two. So the voltage calculation with the top two, and I want you to see that the calculation also calculates. Okay. I want you to also go through this whole thing. Okay. You will go through it. I'm just going to put it back to this particular slide so you can do it. All right. So that slide, I want you to go through the process, take out the load resistor, do everything there, do the calculation, and then I want you to check it. Okay. All right. You with me? Okay. So I've got to just go back quickly while you guys are busy with that. Prelego textbook. Okay, the Lego textbook that's going to confuse you would be the J-Craft textbook. I don't want you guys just going into the J-Craft textbook. Okay, I follow J-Craft with the because there are going to be some students which will go into that. RBJ Van Heerden would be the better one to go to. However, I want you guys to get the Mo Arnold textbook. If you guys can get the Mo Arnold textbook, then you should be okay.
So we can get that at like any like.
No, it's Monte something. There you go, Montana. Keep on thinking. Hannah Montana. There you go. All right, so you can get the information there. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay, I'm going to give you guys 20 minutes because it is an extensive one. Okay. Perfect. You guys come up with the same answers?
Yeah.
Everyone came up with the same answers. Excellent. All right. So it's a lot of practice. you would find in the model textbook. They've got some practices there. The RBJ Van Heerden textbook, it's got some, but it doesn't have the Wheatstone Bridge. So you can practice the Wheatstone bridges from the Kirchhoff's laws and then take it over to Thevenin for a checking process. What I like to do is actually check through Thevenin. So I'll do the checking process through Thevenin. See if it's correct or not.
Can you do it vice versa?
Yeah, you can.
So even in the test, we can just go
back and forth, yeah, to check if your answers are correct. All right. So we have then concluded on this particular slideshow. You guys already 3 chapters in. How's that? All right. Did you guys do this, activity 1?
So I just attempted to do it now while I'm sitting here. So.
Okay, attempted. All right. Did you guys do activity 2? It's pretty much the same thing as activity 3. You guys see that? Activity 3 has got, let me just take this out here quickly. As you can see, the activity 3 will have just another resistor which is in series. So you take out the load resistor, and when you calculate your Thevenin, R-Thevenin, you consider that R3 value. Okay, so you add that to the parallel circuits, and then you get your R-Thevenin. Okay, awesome. Right, I'm going to move on from here, because I think that's the end. If you guys want me to go through anything, you want me to do anything there? Any questions? You happy? All right. Okay, excellent. So I take it all of you guys will get 100% for this?
I'll do like 60.
You're going to do your best. All right, sweet. All good.